1,000 hand-built lives, witness-based morality, an economy shaped by rent, wages, romance, murder, and even a giant corpse. Fable launches February 23, 2027 with Premium Edition Early Access beginning February 18. These are 25 confirmed gameplay, world, character, and consequence details that explain how Playground's Albion actually works. Number 25, Fable starts with the hero as a child when heroic powers emerge. The story then jumps forward to Briar Hill, where you play the rest of the game as a mature adult. Character origin is therefore playable history, not a paragraph attached after customization. Number 24, Albion's enemy roster mixes new creatures with returning Fable threats including Hobbs, Balverines, and Trolls. Because melee, ranged attacks, magic, weaknesses, and friendly fire all intersect, a familiar monster name does not mean fighting it exactly as players did in Lionhead's trilogy. Number 23, Playground calls this a new beginning, not Fable 4. The studio is not bound to the original trilogy timeline, events, or characters, so familiar pillars such as Albion, heroes, British humor, freedom, and moral consequence return inside a newly authored continuity with its own story. Number 22, the adult protagonist is the hero of Briar Hill, an ordinary villager made extraordinary by fate. A mysterious stranger turns the hero's grandmother and the whole village to stone, giving the open-world journey a specific home, a personal disaster, and an immediate reason to leave it. Number 21, the hero is not one fixed screen character. You customize appearance, then define identity through weapons, work, property, relationships, reputation, and choices. Character creation establishes the face, but Albion keeps rewriting what that face means to every person who has heard about you. Number 20, once you leave Briar Hill, almost all of Albion is open without hard level-gated regions. Playground built progression and difficulty around keeping settlements reachable, so exploration follows curiosity. Ride toward a town, a monster, a job, or a domestic life instead of obeying a strict regional ladder. Number 19, the main quest carries stakes without a ticking clock. Playground explicitly supports bards who follow the story and architects who spend hours testing the world, letting you pause the critical path to explore, earn money, buy property, settle down, or marry without the narrative punishing that detour. Number 18, combat joins melee, ranged attacks, and magic into one style weaving system with no transition delay. A sword strike flows straight into a shot or spell, letting you reposition, interrupt, or control groups without opening a wheel or waiting for a stance animation to finish. Number 17, enemies bring specific strengths and weaknesses while their attacks can collide with other creatures through friendly fire. Reading the group therefore changes the fight, target a vulnerability, bait one enemy into another, then switch instantly between blade, bow, and magic as the formation breaks apart. Number 16, morality only becomes reputation when somebody witnesses what you do. Instead of a universal good versus evil meter, individual residents judge actions through their own values, so one deed can produce admiration, fear, attraction, or disgust depending on who saw it and which settlement hears the story. Number 15, Albion contains a living population of more than 1,000 persistent NPCs. Their lives continue when the hero is elsewhere, and everyone can become a friend, enemy, employee, tenant, spouse, or corpse. The social simulation is the connective tissue between exploration, economy, morality, and consequence. Number 14, Playground abandoned procedural population generation and designed every resident by hand. Artists combine hundreds of modular wardrobe pieces appropriate to nobles, commoners, and ruffians, while designers author the underlying identity. The result links appearance, social role, home, work, and personality instead of producing random background crowds. Number 13, every living population resident is fully voiced, with roughly 100 actors hired for that population alone. Ordinary shopkeepers, workers, nobles, spouses, and enemies therefore respond through spoken performances, giving routine social interactions the same audible presence as named characters on the main quest. Number 12, each NPC has a visible personality trait plus a home, bed, job, hobbies, and daily schedule. Those details physically connect town design. Residents must wake, travel to work, return home, and afford their lives, so a settlement functions as a network rather than a decorative medieval street. Number 11, looking at a resident reveals a name, social role, and trait. Speaking opens a panel explaining why that person likes, dislikes, fears, or fancies the hero. The interface exposes the causes behind reactions, making a 1,000-person simulation readable enough to manipulate intentionally instead of guessing at hidden numbers. Number 10, a settlement can track up to 6 active reputations simultaneously. Those labels combine inside each resident's judgment. Someone unimpressed by a chicken chaser can respect the same hero as a wealthy entrepreneur. Contradictory histories coexist, replacing one town-wide approval bar with layered local identities. Number 9, buy a resident's house and you become the landlord, buy the shop and you become the employer. You control rent and wages, but workers who despise you can refuse the job, a shop without staff earns nothing, and underpaid tenants move out when rent exceeds their means. Number 8, NPC memory records life-changing actions. Give someone employment or enough money to escape poverty and their opinion changes, kill their spouse and the survivor holds a grudge. Because jobs, wealth, homes, relationships, and reputation remain adjustable, one encounter becomes part of an evolving personal record. Number 7, every adult NPC is a potential romantic partner. You can date, marry, have children, and share a home, but disposition still controls the path. An action that attracts one resident can repel another, and breaking an existing household changes how everyone involved feels about the hero. Number 6, every adult resident can also be killed, and death removes that specific person from the world. Murder therefore deletes a worker, tenant, partner, parent, or enemy rather than resetting a generic crowd model, allowing one violent action to alter relationships, businesses, schedules, population, and local reputation together. Number 5, wipe out an entire settlement and it stays empty for a time before gradually repopulating. The delay preserves the visible consequence of mass destruction, while the recovery system keeps shops, quests, and the wider save usable later instead of forcing a complete restart after one ruinous experiment. Number 4, settlements carry descriptive traits that update when player actions change local conditions. Silverbrook, for example, can be labeled an underpopulated farming town after a killing spree. The map therefore summarizes consequences as place history, showing not only what the hero did but what the community became afterward. Number 3, kill Dave the Giant and his corpse remains on Silverbrook's horizon as a temporary tourist attraction. Visitors alter local life, house prices shift, and the settlement description can become famous for its giant corpse. One quest choice travels from spectacle to tourism, property value, reputation, and town identity. Number 2, marry multiple residents in the same settlement and somebody who discovers the secret can blackmail you. Your response can damage either relationship, while reputation points from the encounter feed back into other systems. A comic domestic choice therefore becomes a social event with witnesses, leverage, and lasting consequences. Number 1, Hayley Atwell plays Isabel, the hero of Wraithmarsh and Fable's principal antagonist. Once trained by Guildmaster Humphrey the Golden, grief and a tragic injustice drive her into darkness. Because Isabel is also a powerful hero, the central conflict pits two competing versions of justified action against each other. Fable connects combat, property, relationships, witnesses, and reputation into one chain. What you do changes specific people, and those people change settlements around you. Subscribe to Game IP Explained for the next 25 fact breakdown, and comment with the game you want explained next.